Hey there YouTube, Bad Fat Panda here. I have another commentary for you guys. This time it is a demolition match we had on the scrapyard. A little while back, not too long ago, but it's a team tack variant of demolition. Team tack is a game type that's definitely up there. When I play, now so long into the release of Modern Warfare 2, I'm either playing hardcore mosh pit, capture the flag, or team tack, because that is where it's at. So I'm playing with a friend of mine, and we're paired with two randoms who I forget if they're decent or not. I do think they screw with my plans, my evil scheme for just trying to get this match over and done with and try and get as many kills as possible. So I'm using the MG4 to do that, and yeah. Don't need a grip on the MG4 unless you're using a thermal. Even when you're using a thermal, you really don't need a grip that much. Try it sometime, it is quite fun. If you're using a thermal, FMJ, LMGs by itself have more than enough penetration that you really don't need FMJ unless you're seriously wanting to cut through some stuff like knife on butter. Having said that, I am using explosive rounds this match. I say explosive rounds because it's a glitch. No, they don't actually like explode when they hit the enemy. It's simply it's a glitch, a name glitch. So when you look at a weapon, it says MG4 explosive rounds instead of MG4 FMJ, as it were. So get into that a bit later maybe, but for now a little bit of strategy. I planted A first. Yes, I planted A first. It's a retarded decision in and of itself, unless you hear the larger context. As soon as they switch spawns to blue room and go over to try and defuse A, we immediately plant B. When you have randoms in your party, when you have people that don't necessarily work together, maybe some people don't have mics, it's a really good strategy. You should try it out sometime. Obviously, in Scrapyard, you want to get B planted first. Reason for that is what you just saw as my death rate there. It's incredibly easy because it's such an open plant for the defense, whether they're spawning blue room or they're spawning spawn warehouse. And they can just chuck nades, they can chuck stuns, they can do whatever they want to try and get that out. And because of that, we're really focusing all of our, well, me and my friend are on B. And because of that, we eventually do get B planted, and it blows up. And you see here, I'm just taking a defensive position up in the smoke, because this is a pretty key defense. There are a lot of ways to defend B. That's another reason why you really should go for the plant first. But you guys have probably heard this before. If you haven't, if you've watched any commentary on Scrapyard Demolition, it's probably been one of the first things talked about. Having said that, I am sort of playing rather aggressive here. My class setup, you may be wondering why I'm using one-man army. If you are new to viewing my videos, those of you who are coming in from my Machinima post, thank you, and I hope you enjoy. And you'll also notice that I have bad accuracy. It goes with the fact that I'm using an LMG as I run into their spawn, and I'm rather reckless, despite the fact that I'm using a weapon that decreases mobility. So, in addition to that, I'm using one-man army. And, the reason for me using one-man army is you see I switched to my Danger Close Riot Shield class to get to whore some kill streaks out. Basically, LMGs by themselves, they take an incredibly long time to reload. That's pretty much any LMG. The AUG is the closest thing you have to something like an assault rifle in terms of reload time specifically. Even in design, it's rather close to an assault rifle variant. There are a lot of different versions of the gun. They chose to incorporate a LMG version into Modern Warfare 2, but the assault rifle, as I almost get killed by martyrdom, is the one included in Black Ops, as it looks kind of cool, like it could be a top-tier weapon. But back to the task at hand. If that guy would have commanded me for one before my payload, I would have raged just a bit, but I digress again. So LMGs, they take a long time to reload. AUG has the shortest reload time of any LMG, and I think it's at either 3.2 or 3.8 seconds. And One-Man Army Pro conveniently takes only 3 seconds. It not only replenishes your ammo, it also replenishes stuns and equipment. So that is an invaluable tool if you don't mind giving up your secondary, which as an LMG, really don't find all that much useful. You're more of a support player, you don't need to get into the action. I do, but that's simply because of my playstyle. I tend to not take a backseat role, although I will use my gun to the full extent of its support role. You're going to see me in a couple of situations when I go to defuse the bomb. Before I defuse the bomb, I'm going to make sure as hell that there aren't any enemies around, and just constantly spraying around in sort of hot areas or contested areas that you might I guess you could call them contested areas. In the smoke here is one. Most easiest way to get to B from almost any spawn, except for Crane, which you could take the L plane and go around middle and flank up the back, which is a really good route to run. I don't think I run it at all because I have an MG4, guys. Give me a little bit of a break. So I switched to Danger Close in the beginning, namely to make my Harrier airstrike, the airstrike part of it, more deadly. Unfortunately, I want to switch back because I do notice that they're making a strong B rush. So I don't know if this is a group of 2 or 3 people that are actually communicating, but they actually seem relatively decent for players that were in Team TAC, especially if they were randoms paired with each other. It did seem like one rage quit, so I highly doubt that it's a team of 4. Regardless, I have kill streaks up in the air now, and I'm happy. So my goal when I'm playing Demolition, either by myself or in a party, if we were in a party, you can be sure as hell that we would have dragged this out to 3 rounds and got as many kills as we could. And in doing so, we would have let 1 bomb be planted each time, either by us or by the enemy team, and defend or plant the other one accordingly. Because Demolition is a great game type to rack up kills if you need to go for any specific weapon challenges. Give Demolition a try, especially if you're in a full party. It's quite a fun game type. And you see here, I'm stalwartly defending B, and really it's something that needs to be done. So I tend to be a pretty active player, even when I'm using this LMG class. So I'm going to go head over here to A because I realize that nobody's actually going toward it, but in the long run, I want A to blow up. You're going to see in a couple seconds, though, that they rush each bomb. This is a rather just sort of haphazard way to attack that they're doing. They're planning one, planning the other, planning one, planning the other. It's like a frickin' back and forth that it takes a little bit of time out of me to defend. So I switched to my UMP class to go kick some ass. And then I switch back to my MG4 class if you're worried that I'm going to be using an UMP for the rest of the match instead of an MG4. No. I get about, I don't know, 30 odd kills with the MG4. I end up 44 and 6. You see me die. I have a pretty bad death streak in the end of the match. I probably would have gone something closer to 44 and 3 if I had not played the objective and sat back like some other commentators do. So there, that guy got honed by the fact that we were actually spawning in, or Yaduzi was actually spawning in Blue Room. That's a spawn that you really need to work out for. There are ways that you can defend it against them spawning in Blue Room at all, and you can just easily spawn trap them, but if you don't have a full team, really hard to do. And I want to go back now to a comment that I made earlier in the match that I said I would eventually get to this point. In addition to the fact that there is a name glitch on the MG4 FMJ, it says explosive rounds. That's sort of leading into something that Black Ops and Treyarch is bringing to the table. Earlier on, they didn't mention it in multiplayer. They didn't mention it in the multiplayer reveal or any of the trailers associated with that, as I get just freaking pwned with a spaz. But hey, I'm using a UMP, so I really can't complain, right? So Black Ops, they said earlier that they would, on the spaz specifically, is the only weapon I know of that would be given other types of ammo rather than just standard rounds. I think by what they were saying, it sounded like you could choose not only buckshot, but also slugs and incendiary rounds. To be honest, incendiary ammo for a Spaz 12 in a FPS game, if it's balanced right, that can be a ton of fun. It sounds like they're really sort of upping the ante and giving us a lot of different things to work with as far as the level of customization being brought to the table. In terms of other Call of Duties, it's really seems to be upping the ante a bit, and I dig that for one. To see it coming from World at War, which was such a game that, while it wasn't really limited customization-wise, there were a couple different things that World at War brought us, but weren't customizable kill streaks. Treyarch is expounding on that idea in the Black Ops reveal. It seems that while there isn't anything right now confirmed for, I think we actually have the true list, as I get a bomb glitch here, which is so fucking annoying. If they could only remove that from the game, I would be a bit happier. While it really doesn't, it can kill you in Search and Destroy on occasion when you're planning, and that has happened to me. But it's a lot more annoying in Demolition and Sabotage because you have that idea that you can go. Actually, no, I guess it would be more annoying in Search since you only have 1 life to live. Because that is just a really nasty glitch right there. But back to the topic that I was previously discussing. So while it looks like there's nothing higher than an 11 kill streak, which is, thank God there are no nukes. They're eliminating joint session. Tactical insertions are back, but really, guys, take a look at the effectiveness of tactical insertions in some maps. Try and play estate demolition and need to actually get the A-bomb planted. You need a freaking solid team in order to plant that without tactical insertions. And even if you have tactical insertions, the spawns are just really against you in that map. But incendiary ammo, really cool, and a really cool different level of customization. And it seems like Treyarch is really going the distance. They're adding camos to this game. I believe the camos have been completely given as a 100% addition to this game. Coming from World at War, that's a definitely big improvement, and will make an impact on my gameplay especially. I always like going for those headshot challenges. As that guy, you dirty camper. I call him a Predator missile, but it's really for naught as this game is sort of wrapping up. I think I can get a... no. If I move that over, I may have been able to get a double if he didn't go blue room. I didn't see if he did or not. But definitely control this spawn. On Scrapyard, when they're not pushing up at all, they'll have 3 spawns. While we don't get them into 100% spawn trap, as... Alright, so I have Javelin on a sniper class. That's my default sniper class for search, because using a Javelin in search, it's kind of fun. You guys should definitely try it out sometime. But it cost me my life as I miserably fail with trying to switch one-man army classes. And we do get this defuse, and this is actually wrapping up the commentary. So, I don't know. If you guys have any, after watching the multiplayer reveal, are still finding out some information, I've been finding out recent stuff the past couple days, let alone the fact that the multiplayer reveal was 6 days ago. So that's just sort of giving you some idea. But as we're wrapping this up, I do wanted to make note of 2 channels. Links are in the description. One is to the individual who is Scott, the individual who made my background, and I am forever dedicated to his service. He actually lost his channel and is looking to get back subscribers, and so I would help him out with that. The other is Back837, as a commentator that I really enjoyed. I happened upon his channel, and he posts out quite good content, Modern Warfare 2, Minecraft, and the like. And if you guys could go check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. Tell him I sent you. And other than that, guys, I would definitely suggest using extended mags on the MG4 if you have not yet tried. That's like, it just makes you happy inside. I have a clip. I don't know if I'm going to attach it to the end of this. I actually want to get this out now. It's already 6 o'clock, and I've been just rendering. And I didn't see that guy crawling on the freaking plane, but that's just completely random. That was actually the first time I've seen that after watching this back again already. I'm probably not going to upload it, but I did get a 6-in-1 spray with the MG4 extended mags on Scrapyard Ground War, so I'll put that up later. You definitely check the description for that, or in the future, if not on this video. Other than that, guys, peace out, have a good weekend, and I will see you later.